We are back with the Brighton career mode, and we have a very, very busy month ahead of us. But looking at last month and looking at the last episode, we had a pretty good episode, but dropped some points in the league to some pretty solid opponents. Of course, Newcastle, we lost 3-1 to, and Tottenham Hotspur, we lost in a grueling 1-0 defeat to them. But in the Europa League, we had pretty good success. We won 4-0 over Helsinki, which was a pretty easy game. And got a draw over Trabzonspor when we definitely should have won that game. Some late game drama led us to a draw in that game with a win over Southampton as well. But now in this episode, still a pretty difficult episode, but maybe a little bit easier than the last one. We have away against Nottingham Forest up first, which is a winnable game, but still tough. Liverpool in the Carabao Cup, they knocked us out in the final of the Carabao Cup last year, so that's kind of a revenge game for us. And then right after that, a game against Manchester City at home, which I'm more than likely going to lose. But, you know, we'll see. But with how close these games are together, we're more than likely going to be a little bit tired for that game. Then we'll have another Europa League game against Trabzonspor, hopefully going to get a win in that one, and then an away game against Luton to round off the episode. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into these games. But before we do that, we are at the first of the month, so we can go ahead and take a look at our youth academy. Leonardo da Costa, still 69 overall and still 15 years old. So as soon as he hits 16, we're going to get him into the team immediately. Hopefully he'll be a 70 overall by the time we get him into the team, and we can at least use him a little bit, or maybe even loan him out if we want to for the rest of the season. After that, we've got several players still above the 60 overall mark, and a few of them over the 63 overall mark. 66 overall, Dennis Moraes here, but potential a little bit lower, but we're going to keep him just because of his high overall. We've got Adam West, a solid right winger, looking pretty decent. We might get him into the team. We might get several of these players into the team by the January transfer window so that we can go ahead and try to loan them out for the rest of the season. Yuma Ono, a center back that started off as a left winger, left midfielder, CDM. Looks like his defending's really good. He's 5'9", so not exactly the tallest for a center back, but we've seen that it can work with players like Lisandro Martinez and things like that, so it could work. Thomas Ali, left back, looking pretty decent, and Renato Ribeiro, 6'2" center back, looking like he could be pretty good. A couple of other players down here as well. We're working on Chao Miranda, who is looking like he could be a pretty decent striker. Only 57 overall right now, but he is listed as a right back. So once we convert him to a striker, his overall should go up quite a bit, and we're hoping that we'll see that here pretty soon. And now we are able to get into our game against Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. Like I said, very winnable game, but could still be tough. They are sitting on only 5 points after 9 games, so sitting in 18th place. So we should be able to win this game. But let's go ahead and get into it. This is the lineup that they're going to be going with. They got Laborde up top, Alanga and Maiten out on the wings, and Gala and Danilo in midfield. Pretty solid defense as well, but definitely, like I said, still a team that we should be able to beat. And then this is the lineup we're going to be going with. Pretty much our strongest lineup that we can put out there. We want to put out a strong lineup for the Carabao Cup against Liverpool, but we also want to be able to rotate some players. So we're going to put out our lineup, our strongest lineup against Nottingham Forest in the Premier League, and then we'll see how the Liverpool game goes, and then, the Man City game right after that. So let's get into this one. Bino Gittins finds Kirkes on this overlapping run. We don't really have anybody to pass it to just yet. We're going to look back inside. Not exactly who I was going for, but Andy Diop ends up with the ball. Benjamin Sesko going to be able to get a shot away. Rui Silva gets a hand to it and knocks it away. And Nottingham Forest looks like they're going to be able to clear this away eventually. We are going to keep the pressure on, though. Nottingham Forest with a corner here after 15 minutes. They are going to be swinging this one in. They're not taking it short, but we're just going to clear that one away with Fabricio Diaz as far as we can. Of course, we did not clear it far enough. There was a handball in there, so the ref played advantage momentarily. Andy Diop able to get a tackle in, but Alanga dispossesses us in a bad position. Lewis Dunk doing well to get that one away momentarily. That hit an arm of Nottingham Forest, so we are away. Moving too many defenders out of the way, probably. They do get a shot off. Verbruggen does have to make a save. It will be a corner here. Only 30 seconds to go before the end of the first half. A 0-0 game still. They're swinging this one in. Gedson Fernandez, not a great clearance, not a great effort. They have the ball on the edge of the box now. We have a million players behind. We're going to head this one back to the keeper. Verbruggen stumbles a little bit with that ball, but is able to collect it, and that will be halftime. Pedro Neto able to win the ball in midfield. Andy Diop, wow, slow as ever, but we're able to get that ball away. Bino Gittins, I see the run from someone, but it looks like that's going to be a handball there. We are going to have a free kick here in a fairly dangerous area. Gedson Fernandez, by far our best free kick taker. We haven't had very much luck going for free kicks in this career mode. We're going to have a chance here to get that one up and over the wall. Still unable to find a way to get a good free kick in this game. Jamie Bino Gittins on a run again. This time, a pass from Benjamin Sesko has led him out here. We're going to try to get around this defender. He gets a tackle in, but that will be a corner. And we are going to be aiming for our 6'4" giant in there. He is unable to get to that one. Bino Gittins chested down. I see Fabricio Diaz over here, who's going to find Pedro Neto. Going to go for another cross. Probably should have just cut that one back, but we will have yet another corner here. And again, aiming for Benjamin Sesko in the middle of the box, but this time, Lewis Dunk is going to be on the end of it. And Lewis Dunk, with a powerful header from basically the penalty spot, finds us with a 1-0 lead after 70 minutes. Lewis Dunk, able to get a couple of headers last season into the back of the net, maybe even the season before. This season, I don't know if he's actually scored yet, so that might be his first goal of the year. And what a time to score it. And yeah, as you can see, first goal in 10 matches. And now the rest of this game needs to be all about defense, just like that. Great tackle. Pedro Neto, what in the world was that? I mean, just doesn't need to be making that kind of pass. And now they're on a counterattack, and we are out of position in multiple places. Kirkez goes for a tackle. Diamande able to chest that one down, but the pass is just absolutely terrible. We just need to slow this down and pass it out normally. And now Anthony Alenga pushing down this right side. Going for a cross, not a good effort there, and we will be able to get this one away. Only 8 minutes left in this game in regular time, and probably only a couple minutes in extra time. Thierry Correa, I see it pass over here to Benjamin Sesko. Not able to really get it to him, but Sesko is going to stay with the ball. Going to find a pass over here to Bino Gittins. We're going to look back inside for Getson Fernandez. That one's deflected. Silva is able to collect it. Extra time has been added. 3 minutes of extra time. They do have the ball. They're passing it around nicely here. We have not been able to get a tackle in. Bino Gittins wins that ball, but is dispossessed immediately. Kirkez ends up with the ball. We're going to get this one back to the keeper. We're going to try to kick this one out to Pedro Neto. Not exactly the tallest player. Doesn't win the header either. But the referee is not going to allow them to go forward. That's going to be full time. We take a 1-0 win here on the road at the City Ground against Nottingham Forest. We will gladly take 3 points back home. Sometimes all you need is a little bit of luck on your side. We were lucky to honestly come away from that game with a 1-0 win. They weren't pushing forward very well most of that game, but honestly, getting a win away from home in the Premier League is honestly so difficult. Getting back into the main menus, I see here that the Ballon d'Or winner has been announced for this season for 2025, or for this year, and it was actually Vinny Jr. from Real Madrid. That's absolutely incredible. And then the Young Player of the Year award winner was revealed as well. And it was Ben Parkinson from Newcastle United. I'm not familiar with him at all. Congratulations to both of those guys for their accomplishments. Let's go ahead and get into this game against the Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. Again, like I said, they were the team that knocked us out in the final of last season. So gonna hopefully get a little bit of revenge in this game against them. Our lineup is going to be depleted just a little bit. We are going to get some rotation in there, but not a whole lot. We are going to rotate just a few players due to like tired legs and things like that. And we're going to get Murcia in, so we are going to rotate quite a bit. Getson Fernandez is more than likely going to have to stay there just because Enciso's more tired than him. We could try to get Jansen in somewhere, but Jansen, I haven't been too impressed with him. But yeah, let's go ahead and get him in out on that right side. Liverpool going with a pretty strong lineup here. Definitely very solid. Probably a little bit better than ours at this point just because of some of the players they have in there. Trent's still playing, Vandenberg, Gakpo, Luis Diaz, Udogie, Allison in goal. Our former player, Karu Matoma, still on the bench for them. Doesn't exactly start for them a lot, but does get some game time, and I'm sure we'll see him at some point in this game. And of course, you guys already saw my lineup, so let's go ahead and get into this game, and let's try to get a win here in the Carabao Cup. If we go to penalties again, that would be absolutely insane. Getson Fernandez already getting fouled in the middle of the field. Jansen now with the ball out on this wing, has a lot of pace, able to get around a couple of defenders, trying to get a cross back inside. Fabricio Diaz ends up with the ball. I wasn't trying to get a shot in there. I was trying to get a tackle in earlier. Adingra unable to get around the defender, but was able to get a cross in. Dahoud trying to head that one away. Someone's going to end up with a free kick, and it looks like it's going to be us. And we might be able to go for goal here. We're going to go for the outside instead of up and over the wall, which has not gone well for us. We're going to go with a lot of power. Keep it kind of low. Go for that outside. Allison is able to get to it. Doesn't look like it was going in, but we will have a corner. And now a through ball to Gravenberch. He is holding up play, but is not going to be able to get a shot away. We track back nicely there. Jansen's going to be pushing forward here. We're going to look for a ball over the top here to Adingra and hopefully hit this one out in front of him. Not a lot of options yet, but We see one here with Gedson Fernandez, who's going to take a shot. Little off balance, well wide of the post, and out for a goal kick. Gedson Fernandez trying to get a pass away. Graven Birch is able to intercept that one. He's going to find a pass inside to Gakpo. Gakpo's holding up play. Igor is able to get a tackle in, though. Nothing doing on the corner, but we do find Jansen back out on this wing, and Gordon is able to get a tackle in, the right winger. We are going to keep some pressure on, though. Force a turnover, but Adingra, heavy touch, and they're away. Barco able to get a foot to that one, but it will be a corner for Liverpool here. 5 minutes left to go in this first half. They swing it in. Dangerous area. We are able to get it away momentarily. Vandenberg hitting it up in the air. Luis Diaz. Was that Luis Diaz or was that Gordon? Someone took a shot. Hits the outside of the post. Somehow the ball stays in play. And we are finally able to get it away. Gakpo sticking with the ball down on this right wing early on here in this second half. Finds a pass back into Arnold, who somehow gets around both defenders. They're just passing it around as much as they can over here on this right side. The defense was holding up well momentarily, but Igor goes for a tackle and does give up a free kick. Liverpool very, very dangerous with free kicks. Alexander Arnold just taps this one down to Gakpo, who's going to take a shot. That one is deflected and out for a corner. Udogie ends up with the ball right on the edge of the box, goes for a shot. Mercier makes an acrobatic save, maybe a little bit too acrobatic for what actually needed to be done there, but nonetheless, we are able to get away. 65 minutes gone here. We are going to make some changes. We're going to get Sesko, Neto, and Kirkez in. Dahoud, Jansen, and Barco coming off. We're going to move João Pedro from the striker position back to that cam position and move Fernandez into central midfield and then start Sesko up top. Gedson Fernandez finds a pass to João Pedro. João Pedro finds a pass to Benjamin Sesko. Don't like our angle from here, but we're going to find a way to get that one into the back of the net. João Pedro with the connection to Benjamin Sesko. A 1-0 lead here after 78 minutes. In off the left post as well. What a beautiful goal that was. We give up a free kick after 80 minutes, but we're going to get a change in here. Diamande is going to come on for Lamptey. Not exactly a one-for-one change, but we need a little bit more height here in the last few minutes. I have a feeling Liverpool are going to be trying to swing the ball into the box just like they are now. Fernandez able to head that one away. We're going to get away here with Fabricio Diaz. I see a pass out here to Benjamin Sesko, who has room to run. The counterattack is deadly. We're going to go for a shot here towards the right side. That's 2. Liverpool 0. We are going to win this game in the Carabao Cup. Wow, Cunha almost got that into the back of the net. I was just not expecting that at all. We're going to pass this one down here to João Pedro. Don't register that there's anything happening. Benjamin Sesko from the edge of the box, going for a shot. 89 minutes gone. We have a corner, and we have this game locked up. We'll go ahead and swing this one in. Nothing happening from that corner except they are now on a counterattack. But Kirkez stops that man in his tracks, and we are going to finish out this game with the ball. And there it is, boys. The referee blows his whistle. 2-0 win here against Liverpool at home at the Amex Stadium. The crowd is going wild for that one. I'm sure they really wanted to win in this one because of the fact that Liverpool beat us in the Carabao Cup final last year. So now we get past them. Let's move on to the next round of the Carabao Cup. But now up next, we have a game against number 1 in the league, of course, Manchester City. 8 wins and a draw through 10 games for them, sitting on 25 points. They've already created a small gap between themselves and the rest of the pack. We are currently sitting on 19 points in 8th place, but as you can see, 4th place Newcastle are also on 19 points. So this game means a lot for us as well as for City. If City win this game, they create an even bigger gap more than likely. But if they lose, that gap can be shortened. And if we win, we can obviously move up several spots in the league, depending on what happens in other games. So this could be very, very important for us. Let's go ahead and get into this game against Manchester City. A lot of our players are going to be a little bit tired. What we're going to do, I think, in this game, I kind of liked having João Pedro in that cam position. So we're going to play Sesko top. We're going to play João Pedro in that cam position. Diamande is going to be in for Duarte. And Lewis Dunk is going to be in for Igor. We'll keep Diamande on the left side. We'll get Kirkez back in on the left. We'll get Lamptey out for Correa on the right. Bino Gittins back in over there. Jansen out for Neto. We're going to move Diaz. We're going to move Fernandez over to the right side, and we're going to get Andy Diouf on that left central midfield position. We're going to try João Pedro up in that cam position. I kind of like the idea of him being there. and just see how it goes. And then, of course, Verbruggen in goal for Mercier. Mercier is starting to play pretty good. I mean, in that game, got a clean sheet against a team like Liverpool. That's absolutely fantastic to see. One thing we obviously need to work on with him is his positioning. 62 rating for his attributes and positioning, not great. But this is the lineup we're going to go with. We'll try out João Pedro in that cam position. Obviously, if it doesn't go well, we'll see how it goes. But Emile Smith-Rowe is cleared to return from injury now before this game against Manchester City. But of course, he's probably not fit just yet. So we'll have to see. But maybe by the end of this episode, he will be back in game form. Manchester City's lineup for our game, just as strong as ever. You know, I mean, there's really not much to say when it comes to Manchester City's lineup. They can play anybody. They're even playing their second choice goalie against us, and we're still probably going to have some trouble with them. And then, of course, our former player, Evan Ferguson, on the bench for them. We will surely see him at some point in the game. But let's go ahead and get into this game against Manchester City. Neto and Getson Fernandez able to win a ball out here on this right wing. João Pedro and Sesko run into each other. We're going to keep the pressure on. Ortega almost makes a mistake, but unfortunately for us, that one just gets cleared away. But they are absolutely very good at breaking our press. McAtee finds a pass inside to Pedri. Diamande there for another interception. And Jamie Bino-Gittens with a nice move to get around his defender. And we were just able to knock this one forward. We're going to go for a cross here. João Pedro with a pretty good effort there on goal. Ortega does have to make the save. And Haaland able to get around one defender, being hounded by another, doesn't take the shot. I'm not sure what he was thinking there. Maybe just couldn't get his feet underneath him, and we're able to get away very, very luckily. Haaland pushing forward here. Foden on the edge of the box, going for a shot. Diamande has been everywhere for us, and we could be on the break here. João Pedro, we're going to wait for the run of Bino-Gittens, who is way faster than Ruben Diaz. We are going to be on the break here. Heavy touch. Sesko with the ball at his feet, an open net, but a defender in front of him, and we cannot find the back of the net. McAtee with a nice move to get around Thierry Correa. Lewis Dunk getting over here, trying to stay in a good position and not give away a penalty. Lewis Dunk falls down, not what we want to see from our biggest center back and our biggest threat in defense. Grealish holding up the ball well. Sergio Gomez going for a shot. Verbruggen able to collect that one. That is going to be full-time, or not full-time, halftime. The referee will blow the whistle, and we are going to go into the second half with a 0-0 leveler here against Manchester City. A pass through to Haaland, an excellent pass through to Haaland. I'm not sure what he's been doing in this game. He seems a little broken. He is refusing to shoot the ball. Finds an angle through there, but Getson Fernandez is able to get into the way of that one. Verbruggen just has to knock that one up, but we are able to get away. Foden wins the ball back in midfield. De Bruyne taking a shot. Lewis Dunk gets in the way of that one. Getson Fernandez gets it away. Haaland finds a pass out here to Grealish. Grealish has a lot of work to do to get around all three of these defenders. Finds a pass inside to De Bruyne. De Bruyne finds McAtee. McAtee takes a shot. Verbruggen has to make a save yet again. We are sticking to Haaland like glue, but the header away by Lewis Dunk was not great. Verbruggen does collect that shot. And we are away yet again. Probably not the best option there. Bino-Gittens just gets absolutely pummeled by Foden, and now they are away in a very, very dangerous counterattack. Phil Foden out here has one man to beat in Lewis Dunk. We're going to go for a tackle. We are able to knock that one out for a corner. It's looking like City will take this corner short. De Bruyne to Foden, back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne looking for a pass inside. Ruben Diaz gets a pass into Pedri, another shot on goal. And another corner for City. Not a lot of shots into the back of the net, of course, yet. We're able to clear this one away, and we could try to find a way out. Pedro Neto is down here on this wing. Diamande with an excellent pass into him. We are knocking this ball ahead of us. We are much faster than the rest of their defense. Neto able to get around Ruben Diaz with an extra touch. And that is going to be a 1-0 lead after 70 minutes again. We've been, all three games in this episode have been basically the same up until the 70-minute mark, where we find a goal. And hopefully this one will, again, give us 3 points here against Manchester City. Neto with, I think that was a nutmeg there on Ruben Diaz, which could make that an insanely good goal. And able to get past Ortega. 1-0 Brighton over Man City. And that's actually Pedro Neto's first goal of the Premier League season, which is, not great. But you know what? We'll take it whenever we can get it. Foden out here on this wing. Able to get around Kirkes earlier. Finding a way inside. Diamande trying to hound him now. Diamande is definitely much bigger than Foden is. Hakimi trying to push forward there. We turn it over in midfield, and now Man City pushing forward here. Grealish going for a cross. Haaland going for an acrobatic effort there. I believe that one's going to be a corner, though. It does go off of Diomande. Luckily for us, Diomande is having the game of his life. Haaland is in the middle of the box for this one. Thierry Correa cleared that one off the line, and I think we're going to get fouled, or it's going to be a goal kick. Either way, it's going to be our ball. And we are very, very lucky that this game is not 1-1. We are going to kick this one away. I don't even want to try to play it out from the back. Hopefully Benjamin Sesko can end up with this, and we can get on a break. Getson Fernandez out here to Neto. Neto pushing forward here. I see someone in the middle of the box. Not exactly who I was going for. It doesn't end up with our players. Lewis Dunk, I need you to win that one. Unfortunately for them, that ball gets knocked right back to João Pedro. We are now looking for Sesko. Sesko finds João Pedro. João Pedro is going to find the back of the net. 85 minutes gone. Almost 86 minutes gone. 2-0 over Man City. We are playing out of our minds in this episode. And it's looking like we are going to run away from this game with 3 points. Again, over a very, very good club. I mean, beating Liverpool and Man City back-to-back is something that we have not been able to do in this career mode. We have been very poor against, the traditional Big Six clubs. But can we make it 3? Bino Gittins out here on this wing. Going to go for a shot past Ortega. And Man City have been dismembered and discombobulated in the final 20 minutes of this game. We take a 3-0 lead off of some great passing. Haaland scores right there, but I guess it was offsides. I'm not sure what was just called there, but the goal doesn't count, and we still end up with the win, of course. But yeah, the cross in there, and then the goal scored by Haaland. Maybe he was offsides, I guess. Nonetheless, 3-0 win here at home for Brighton over Man City. I don't think Man City is losing to anybody 3-0 very, very often, just in general. But you know what? We'll take it. We will gladly take it. And now we have a Europa League game to look forward to. Trabzonspor played us very well last game, a 2-2 draw. Only 1 point ahead of them, and with only 3 games left in the Europa League group, we're coming down to the wire here. Lons have a 2-point lead over us, so we need to find a way to make sure that we end up either in first or second place by the end of the Europa League, because we do not want to drop down to the Conference League or drop out of the competitions or European competitions completely. So let's try to get a win here in this game. But before we do that, I did want to take a look at the Premier League standings just to see what it's looking like now, and it's absolutely ridiculous. 4 teams on 22 points have the exact same record. Us, West Ham, Leeds, and Newcastle, 4th through 7th place. Just crazy. We definitely want to get some rotation into the squad. Sesko's going to come out for this one. We're going to get Enciso into that cam position, and João Pedro's going to stay up top. We're going to make sure to get our rotated players in as much as we can. Mercier in goal, and that is the lineup we will go with, and I am happy with that. So let's go ahead and get into this game against Trabzonspor. Trabzonspor pushing down this left side. I apologize for the closeness in color of the jerseys. They are just both very bright. We are able to get a tackle in there with Lamptey. Aguirre now pushing forward here. Finds a pass into the middle of the box. Serkan finds the back of the net after 13 minutes. That is the first goal we've given up all episode. We got 3 clean sheets in a row, but unfortunately we cannot keep another one here. I thought we had this blocked off with Barco, but he kind of stepped away. And I guess just not a great effort from him. So yeah, 1-0 Trabzonspor. Adingra sees that run from João Pedro. He's pointing towards that left corner, trying to get a pass in over to him. João Pedro in a dangerous area to take a shot. I figure we might as well go for one. But the keeper will come out, punch that one away. Not a great effort by Jansen. And Enciso does find a pass out here to Jansen, though. We're pushing down this right side. We're able to get around one defender. We're going to pass back inside to João Pedro, who is going to find the back of the net. I thought the defender was going to be able to get a block in there, but we level this game at 1 after 32 minutes. An excellent pass from their center back out here to Sheldrup. Again, I believe that's how you say his name. He finds a pass back inside to Aaron Almali, who goes back. A turnover in midfield, and the referee is going to blow his whistle. That will be full or halftime. 1-1 here against Trabzonspor. Trabzonspor passing it around nicely. Mercier able to get to that one. He knocks Duarte off the ball, and that's going to be 2-1 Trabzonspor. Duarte tries to leap over Mercier, going for the save or going for the grab, and they find a second goal. I mean, seriously, what is this? Like, Mercier can just let it go, and Duarte should have just let it go. And then, their attacker ends up with pretty much an open net right there. can't miss from that spot. And yeah, 2-1. Enciso finds a pass here to Jansen. Jansen finds João Pedro. We try to knock that one in. We get knocked off the ball. The keeper is able to clear it away. And now they are actually able to get on a break too. The press is on from Trabzonspor. A bad pass there from Igor to Barco. Barco unable to collect it. Now they are passing it around nicely around the edge of the box. Could have gone for a shot there probably. Shelder up. Looks like he has the ball on the edge of the box. Finds Fagir. Fagir goes for the shot. Mercier is able to get that one away. They're going to keep running down this right side. Find a backheel pass, of course, back into Serkan. Serkan able to get a pass inside to Fagir. Mercier able to get a hand to it. Keeps this game at a 1 goal deficit for us. That cross is dangerous. Igor able to head it away. Valentin Barco, we need you to get out to it. He doesn't. They have the ball in the box in a dangerous area. A backheel pass from Tanganga to Barty makes this a 3-1 game for Trabzonspor. And this could really, really hurt our chances in the Europa League. Jansen able to get a tackle in on that man over there. João Pedro. Oh, I thought that was our player. Damn, I was about to pass it to that Trabzonspor left back because I thought he was our player. Always check the jerseys before the game starts, people. Jansen finds a pass in here to João Pedro. João Pedro with a nice turn. Good tackle, though, by the defender there. Valentin Barco, it hits his arm. They're going to play advantage. The referee is going to blow his whistle there, though, because extra time has ended. Full time, Trabzonspor 3, Brighton Hove Albion 1. Trabzonspor just got the better of us here in the Europa League in both games. So it's looking like we are now going to be sitting down in 3rd place in our group. 2 points behind Trabzonspor, 3 points behind Lens, 4 points ahead of Helsinki. I'm not really worried about Helsinki. I think we can easily finish in 3rd place, but we just really needed a win there. Our next game is against Lens on December the 4th, and against Helsinki on December the 18th will be our final game. So if we can beat Lens, we will be in a good position to finish in the top 2 in our group, but so that's going to be tough. We do have a game here, though, in the league against Luton Town. It is an away game against Luton, but we are going to get our strongest lineup that we possibly can in for this game. We're going to play them against Luton Town away. And I believe for this game, we are actually going to go ahead and simulate it, which I know we haven't done a lot of in league games before, like prior to this, pretty much at all in this career mode. But I believe we are going to go ahead and simulate this game. Smith Rowe is still injured momentarily. He is back from injury technically, but we not healthy enough to actually play him in any of these games. But what we will do here in this game against Luton with their lineup against us, running a 5-3-2, I'm not sure if that's their usual lineup. But in this game against Luton, we will go ahead and just not do a quick sim. We will sim this match normally, and if we feel that we are in trouble later on in the game, even at halftime, we will go ahead and jump into it. But for now, we are just going to go ahead and simulate and watch this. 30 minutes gone here, not a lot of action happening so far. I think we have had a couple of shots on goal, but not a lot of great efforts necessarily. We do find another one here, but João Pedro not able to find the back of the net. Still a 0-0 game here after 35 minutes. All right, and we have made it to the end of the first half. We are pretty much dominating this game, except for the fact that we haven't scored yet. 67% possession, as well as 5 shots. Only 1 actual true chance on goal. They have none so far in this game, but we're going to go ahead and get into the second half. If about 70 minutes gone, we still haven't scored yet, we might jump in, depending on how the game is going. We actually end up with a penalty after 54 minutes. We're going to go ahead and watch if João Pedro is able to get this one into the back of the net. I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know if I like that animation there for penalties, but it does look like we ended up scoring. Maybe we scored in the top right. I think that's what that ball meant. So we do have a 1-0 lead. Luton with a little spell of possession here in the 78th minute. They still have the ball around the box, but we are able to clear it away. We got to just hold on for 10 more minutes, maybe find another goal, and we will end up with 3 points in this game. Benjamin Sesko finds João Pedro for our second goal of the game. João Pedro, I mean, it's hard to leave him on the bench. He is turning out to be a really, really good player. He's already up to a 79 overall as well. Probably going to hit 80 by the end of the year. And if he keeps playing like this, I mean, we're going to have to keep him in the game. 2 goals in this game, a brace against Luton Town. 60% possession for the boys. Pretty much dominated the entire game, and we end up with 3 points. And looking like we are going to be in a good spot in the league, finally up into the top 4, and a little bit of a gap between us and 5th place. Beating the top 4 with Spurs, Arsenal, and City means that we have come a long way. Just like last year, we were in the top 4 for a good majority of the year, but just couldn't pull through at the very end. So that's where we're going to leave today's episode. A pretty successful episode. I mean, you know, barring the game against Trabzonspor, you couldn't ask for much more. 4 clean sheets from 4 games, beating Forest, Liverpool, City, and Luton Town. So improving our place in the league a lot, and then advancing in the Carabao Cup are obviously huge wins and huge successes, but, you know, falling behind in the Europa League a little bit, not exactly where we want to be. We're almost into the January transfer window. We don't really have a whole lot. I don't really have a whole lot of gripes with this team as of right now. I mean, I kind of like everything about our team, but we might look into bringing some players in. So if you have any suggestions about players you want us to bring in, please be sure to leave a comment about that in the January transfer window. We have plenty of money to spend, almost 180 million. So we have plenty of money to spend. We could splash for someone big if we really need to, or we can, you know, not go for anybody, or we can go for some smaller players and just kind of add some depth to the squad. You know, we'll figure it out. As well as, you know, we've got spots in the youth academy, players in the youth academy coming up that could be crucial players moving forward. That will all be done more than likely in the next episode or the episode after that. But thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to like the video. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And yeah, we will catch you guys next time. Peace.